So, good evening, everybody. It's November 20th. It's 11:06 p.m. in Mobile, Alabama. I'm coming on here because I have something to say. My father has dementia, and I've been doing some studying and some reading and some communicating and just a lot of research and going back and forth to the health food store. Now, I normally don't join in on the hype for a lot of reasons because I don't believe everything that somebody say. For one, I need to know for myself. Today is day 3. And I got my dad some lion's mane. And day 2, my father could remember his name. He could remember his date of birth. He know my husband and I purchased a home and can remember that he's not at his house. He even remembered his neighbor. Now, I don't know what kind of magic mushroom this thing is. I did look it up. I saw it. It's very ugly. It reminds me of the abominable snowman or a yeti, period. But I got to tell you this. If I didn't see that and videotape it for myself, I wouldn't believe it. Because I believe that people get on, they're paid to talk about these things. But my dad has dementia. And apparently me finding out as I'm caring for him now, I'm finding out that he's had dementia since 2019. So I'm assuming it's going backwards in stages because it got to the point where I put him on hospice. He's still on hospice. But when I saw that glimmer of hope on the 3rd day, and his hospice nurse was here and present, so I'm not making any of this up. She saw my interaction with my dad. She interacted with him as well. And literally, she told me she was worried about him and had her scared. And now, she's like, I don't know what you're doing, but you need to take care of everybody. We need everybody to be on board and do things like you. Now, I'm not endorsing anything because I have no endorsements, but I do have reality. And when I tell you that my father starts to remember certain things, and he's on medication, and I do check his oxygen levels, and I'm also, let me just go and say this part too. I give him oxygen for an hour every day. Because what happens is he has vascular dementia, and his dementia, unfortunately, is here. So he's actually very clogged in both the left and the right carotid artery. But when you have that, it's a chance for somebody that's his age could possibly have a stroke or a heart attack. If you were to take them and allow them to do the stents in the neck. And I just don't want to put my father through anything like that. But what I can tell you is this. I have been using that lion's mane for 3 days. And the improvement I saw is remarkable. So I say that to say this. Let's not give up on those that we love and hold dear to our hearts because they have dementia and can't remember things. Because I see where there was a time that my father used to be up and walking around and talking crazy, even still. And with that happening, I would have to medicate him because he would become extremely combative. Well, he hasn't done that in a long time because he was literally deteriorating in front of my face. So when I started watching and then I started researching and then I, wind up putting the oxygen on him daily, the oxygen helped boost him up. The lion's mane helped boost him up. I then went and purchased some beetroot. I also give him super greens. I also changed his food intake. And instead of calling it a diet, of changing the diet, I've changed and went on a different journey. And the journey that I'm on right now with my dad is, when he could say his name, I was flabbergasted. I literally started jumping up and down like, oh my God, clapping and everything, because he could remember his name entirely. He knew how old he was. He knew his date of birth. He knew his that he was at my home and not at his. And just the things that he's reverting back to doing, it's like he's Benjamin Button backwards. And literally, he Benjamin Button, and he's now back apparently at the stage where he think he can get up and walk, which is a beautiful thing because he's been bedridden for so many months now. And it's just crazy how he can feel the urge of him needing to use the restroom. And it's a wonderful thing for him to think that he can still walk when he can't, because he lost so much muscle mass from, everything that went on with him. He lost a lot of weight. But I guarantee you, with that Geritol, I think I fed my dad probably 6 or 7 times today practically. And I give him protein, nut butter protein. I give him everything. So all I gotta say is, please don't give up. Try that lion's mane. Try that oxygen. Change their intake to super greens and give them protein, and add mushrooms still. Even though he's taking the lion's mane, I still give him mushrooms on a daily basis, because apparently it has properties in there that can assist with either slowing down, and it's not FDA approved, but I don't know. But I just got to say that. And I just want to say thank you for listening. And I pray that whomever is watching this video from me get the same results I'm getting from my dad. And I know I'm a hopeful, but this ain't no hopefulness. This was actually seen by his own nurse and other people who knew how far he'd gone. But to see the revert and for him to come back the way he did, I couldn't ask for nothing better. Magnifico. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, basically. And as he improved and everything, I continuously document it. And I will one day share the videos with you all. Have a great night. Bye-bye.